And what I'm going to do, I'm doing this for a girlfriend of mine. Hold on. I'm trying to set you up so that you can watch me do a diagram. Hold on. I was just out in the garden and everything is growing amazing. Okay. There. Can you see? I hope so. Is that in the way? Hold on. I should have set this up beforehand. I apologize that I didn't. There we go. I think that you guys should be able to see. So I'm going to draw a diagram of how to do, for anybody who has never done a strawberry garden before and who really wants to start growing strawberries in your yard. Hold on, I got to put I had to put my data on because if I just run off of Wi-Fi, for whatever reason, our connection is slow and I find that it will cut off. So what I'm going to do is a diagram and explain step by step the easiest possible way how to do a strawberry garden for beginners. This is the way that I've done it, and it has been a massive help. And I've learned from my mistakes. So if I can help even just one person how to start growing perennial fruit in their yard, you guys, it's such a beautiful blessing and a benefit to your home, to your family, to your yard, because perennial fruit, oh, it tastes so good. It's good for you. And you know how expensive the grocery store fruit is now. Also, you don't know the chemicals they use to grow it. You don't know the chemicals they use to preserve it. And you don't know the chemicals that they use to prevent bugs and stuff like that. And all along the way, there's chemicals. When you're doing it yourself in your yard, you know what's going in it. And I am a very big advocate for keeping our fruit and vegetable garden 100% natural. I use all the resources in my community that I can. We have a beautiful, lovely lady that owns a coffee shop, and I collect bucket loads of coffee grinds from her. Not only does coffee grinds help put nutrients back in the soil, but it's a very big repellent of nasty little garden bugs and stuff that want to come up and eat your stuff. Also, I do garbage bags full of seaweed. Seaweed is alive in the ocean and it collects tons of ocean minerals and salts. It's so healthy, it's so good for your garden. I also use non treated grass clippings. Very important. There's a lot of people that spray their yards. You do not want to use grass clippings if it has been sprayed. So I use non treated grass clippings by the garbage bag, loads, eggshells, all vegetable peels. Um, and then the biggest thing for me, for my garden, I do not buy any type of gardening soil, potting soil. I do not buy any type of earth other than one thing, and that is called seafood compost. Seafood compost, in my opinion, is number one. I think that gardening soil, potting soil mix, I think it's all garbage. I don't trust it. I don't believe in it, but I use seafood compost. So if you're looking to kind of begin your strawberry garden, my suggestion is keep it natural, all healthy, all natural. You get enough chemicals from everywhere else. So, um, eat now. Mind you, what I'm sharing with you on this diagram today, it's going to be for the least amount of work that you have to put into it, for the highest amount of yield. I've seen so many people ask me questions. Why are my strawberries so dry? Why are they bitter? The bugs are eating them. I'm not getting any growth. My plants just die off. So I hope this helps everybody. If you follow it, it should be a 100% success, amazing, healthy garden. Okay. So let's just say this is your space that you're willing to use in a portion of your yard. The space can be 4 foot by 4 foot. It can be 6 foot by 6 foot, but for diagram's sake, this is going to be 8 foot by 8 foot. Let's just say you had that space in your yard, but even if you only had a 2 foot space, you can use a 2 foot space, use what you got. So we're going to do this square. Now, remember, we want to do the least amount of work for the best amount of yield. So my suggestion is, sit at your table and take 2 seconds and do your diagram of what you want your strawberry garden to look like. So we're using, in this 8 foot diagram, this is what I'm doing. We're going to do 3 strips of strawberry rows. Learn from me. My strawberry gardens, if you guys have been watching my videos, you know our strawberry gardens are really long and really, really wide, like 4 to 5 feet wide, which means in order for me to get strawberries in the middle or at the back, I have to walk into my strawberry garden. By doing it in rows, you have rows on the outside that you can clearly walk through. Like, I hope you guys can see this well. You want to have your rows that you can walk through. That way you can pick on both sides of your strawberry garden. Now, to use, we're going to do as cost effective as possible with this strawberry garden as well. So from here to here, this 1 row of strawberry, I'm going to say 1.5 foot wide. That is about, wait, can you see my hand? That's about this wide. And that's all you need to start your strawberry garden row, okay? So what you're going to do, we're not going to dig into the ground. A lot of people cannot do that physical work. Sometimes you have soil that has a lot of clay. A lot of people have yards that is full of weeds, full of grass. So mow your lawn, number 1, okay? Let's start on a freshly mowed lawn. Number 2, draw your diagram. Because you want to see in this space that I'm going to use, how many rows do I want to focus on planting? You could even just plant 1 row to start, and then you're going to love it, and you'll come back next year and do a couple more. So number 3, you want to collect your cardboard. Cardboard times 2. So what we're going to do is you're going to get your cardboard and you want to open it up. So whatever boxes you get, open it up, and you're going to make your row. Lay your cardboard right on top of your grass in your 1.5 foot row, okay? So it's okay if your cardboard is fatter than 1.5, but you're only going to use 1.5, and you're going to cover everything. You're going to cover the grass. You're going to cover whatever leftover cardboard with straw, so we'll get to that later. But you do not just want to do 1 single row here. You want to double up the cardboard and have 2 layers thick. And I'll tell you why. Cardboard is great to kill off the grass and weeds underneath, but I found the places where I doubled up with the cardboard, it did so, I had 100% more, like once the cardboard deteriorates underneath, it really, doubling up kept out the weeds and the grass. I didn't have as much sorry guys. I did not have as much success in the places where I just did 1 layer thick. So if you do 2 layers thick of your long row with cardboard, okay, that's step number 3. Step number 4 is grass. Grass, grass. So you get your double thick rows of cardboard, okay? And in between here is just your grass and your weeds. You're going to leave that for now. But now you need garbage bags and garbage bags and garbage bags full of grass clippings. Very important here. You want to make sure the grass clippings you're getting and putting into your garden is not treated or sprayed. So for the amount of grass clippings that you're going to need, it's going to depend on how many rows, how big are your rows, but you want to put garbage bags full. So for this garden here, 1.5 foot wide by, let me say, 10 feet long, I would need 8 garbage bags full, 8 garbage bags full of grass clippings for this. And when I say you're going to dump the whole garbage bag full, so you're going to dump a garbage bag full of grass, dump one here, dump one here, dump one here. It's going to be like a mountain of grass clippings, and you're going to be like, what the frick is she telling me? I have a mountain of grass clippings that is like over a foot high. You want that. Because as soon as it starts to rain, as soon as you put your soil on top, the grass clippings compress and it becomes like a thick, very tight blanket underneath the soil. And you will thank me in the years to come, because as your strawberry garden composts down, it'll reach those nutrients. It just starts off your garden amazing. So double thick layers of cardboard. On top, you want to go crazy with the grass clippings. Like, you want all these garbage bags full for that one row. It looks like a lot, but it's necessity if you want to do it the way I've done mine. So after you get your grass clippings, number 4, what we're going to use is seafood compost. Okay, so important, guys. Seafood compost goes on top of your grass clippings. And I do not use anything else. I do not go and get soil. I do not go and get like that gardening mix or anything like that. Seafood compost. It comes in big bags, just like your huge amounts of soil. And what you want to do, so we used about eight garbage bags full of grass clippings. So now for a 10-foot long, 1.5 foot wide row, you're going to want to use about, I would say, 20 seafood compost. You guys, in my neighborhood, I pay $1.75, $1.75, $1.75 for one bag, and it's 28 liters of seafood compost. Okay, so times that, we want 20 bags. It'll be like $40 for this whole entire row. You have a 1.5 feet wide by 10 feet long for $40. So far, this is the only money you spent. You get your cardboard free, you get your grass clippings free, and use your resources, use your community, ask your neighbors to help you. Everybody mows their lawn. You can get lots of grass clippings. You can go to your grocery stores. You can go to Easy Home. They get lots of flat screen TVs. They get washers and dryers that is all wrapped in cardboard. You can get all that free. So the only thing right now that you're paying for is the seafood compost, and it's so important to do seafood compost. And you just put it, literally open the bag and dump it by pile by pile by pile on top of the grass clippings. And guess what? Then you are ready to plant your strawberry plants. So if you're doing bare root at the beginning of the summer, bare roots are all that bare roots are. I call them baby strawberries, but what they really are is adult roots. They're like really thick and really long. They're a fully grown root that, a strawberry farmer took out of their thing, and they cut off the whole top of the plant. So what you're going to do is you want to make sure you have 2 feet in between any adult plants. 2 feet is quite a distance, guys. Like, you can't even see it here. It's at least that much. And I'll tell you why. The bare roots are adult roots. As soon as they grow the plant on top, before the fall, they're going to start growing a crop load of runners. Runners will fill in all the other areas in between the 2 feet, and it will not compete. But if you put a runner here, like if you put runners like or not runners, the strawberry plant, one here, one here, one here, you are setting your garden up for failure, because this now is competing with this one, with this one, with this one for water, for nutrients in the soil, and for space. And then on top of it, all of these will grow like minimum of 6 runners. So they're way too close. So you want to have them where it's like very far apart. Here's one adult right here. 2 feet, another. And then come fall, the space will pay off, because it will get all filled in with all those runners that each one makes. And the runners are small, and they will never get rooted like these adult ones, because the adult ones had the space. The runners will just like grow minimal things, but grow a lot of fruit. So you want to make sure, very important, spacing when planting the bare roots. Bare roots are adult, so you need to make sure you have spacing. If not, this will injure your garden if you put them too close together. I've learned my lesson, so I hope this saves somebody else work. And that's it. Oh, no, that's not it. So you seafood compost, and then so plant and spacing. And number 7, which is also very important, a lot of people will skip this step. Number 7 is grass clippings. Also, straw. Always remember, because you can buy straw or you can buy hay, straw is for strawberries. And you want to load, be very generous. Don't sprinkle straw. Like, spend the money, invest in barrels of straw. They're $5 a barrel. And load it. Load your whole grass. Give yourself like 3 feet around your whole walkway, because you can walk on it. It won't be slippery. It'll let water go through, and it will keep your grass and weeds from coming up trying to get into your strawberry garden. Because if you don't, this is what happens. Grass wants to grow in, weeds want to grow in, and as soon as they start, it's going to start taking nutrients from your strawberries. It's going to start making you have a lot of extra work that you don't ever need to do. Okay? So you really, really want to not skip your straw as your walkways, but give yourself enough of a, like, there should be at least 2 to 3 feet between rows. It sounds like a lot, but it's not. When you walk through to pick your strawberries, you're going to be thankful you have these nice big walkways. Also, another thing is grass clippings. We want to top. Once you get your strawberry adult roots planted in your garden, allow the summer for it to grow all the roots, or grow all the runners. Once the runners, you can pick up the runner and put it where you want. It's still attached to the mother. But once your runners are all growing and filled in the spaces, come back and be very generous with grass clippings, like really thick. You want thick, thick, thick. Again, you're going to need your neighbors to help you with garbage bags full of grass, because you want a thick blanket. Do not bury the core of the strawberry plant, because you'll kill it. It needs to get air and sun, but you want to put it all around the base and real thick. And what that will do is it'll cover the ground. It'll prevent ground disease from getting into all the fruit that your strawberry plants will produce, number 1. Number 2, it puts nitrogen back in your soil, which is very important. And number 3, it'll keep your soil at a warmer temperature. Also, it'll keep the moisture in the soil. Okay? So that's what you want for your garden, for your strawberries. These 7 steps seems like a lot, but you guys, honestly, you don't got to do 7 steps in one day. Like, one day, mow your lawn. The second day, go get your cardboard or draw your diagram. The third day, get your cardboard and lay it double layer thick, just 1 row. And if you have the energy and the strength to do however many rows in that day, fine. If you don't, if you just start it with 1 row, you're good. Like, you don't have to do, if you do 7 steps in one day, you're going to be exhausted. Some people can do that, but mine took a lot of steps. And me sharing this with you guys is the sole purpose of, I learned from my errors what made it better. And I wanted to share that, because I see so many people on the gardening sites that I'm part of that really, they have so many issues. They're really disappointed. They put in time, they put in money, they went and bought soil, they went and bought the strawberry bare roots, and they're so discouraged, because why didn't it work for them when they see other people's working and doing good? So I hope that my method of how I do my strawberry gardens, I hope it helps somebody who wants to start in their yard. You don't have to have 3 rows of strawberries. You can start with 1. My very first strawberry garden was 4 foot by 4 foot square. And that's what it just went from. like an experiment, like trying to see if it can actually grow and do well, to a full out passion and love and like garden therapy. And also, it has the strawberry gardens we have not only gives us unlimited strawberries for the summer, but my whole family. It's been like a strawberry you pick, and a couple of our neighbors too. So this year I got to make strawberry jam. And right now we're at the end of July, and our strawberry gardens that are ever bearing are now producing a lot of other flowers and already started producing new strawberries for the second season of it. So, yep, I hope that this helps you guys. Oh, I missed all these comments. Who's watching your videos? No one cares. Oh, that's okay. Slay King. Oh, well. Anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Cuppy, what are you doing?